Selected famous English works. 1. God Save the Queen. British National Anthem. God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. O Lord God, arise, scatter our enemies, and make them fall. Confound their knavish tricks, confuse their politics. On you our hopes we fix. God save the Queen. Not in this land alone, but be God's mercies known, from shore to shore. Lord, make the nations see, not men should brothers be, and form one family, the wide world o'er, from every latent foe, from the assassin's blow. God save the Queen. O'er her thy arm extend, for Britain's sake defend, our mother, prince, and friend. God save the Queen. Thy choicest gifts in store, on her be pleased to pour. Long may she reign, may she defend our laws, and ever give us cause to sing with heart and voice. God save the Queen. 2. The Star-Spangled Banner, USA National Anthem, by Francis Scott Key. Oh, say, can you see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched, will so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. That our flagger was still there. Oh, see does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. On the shore dimly seen, through the midst of the deep, where the foe's hearty host in dread silence reposes. What is that which the breeze o'er the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, now conceals, now discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam. In full glory reflected, now shines on the stream. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, O long it may wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And where is that band who so wantonly swore, not havoc of war and battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more? No blood has wiped out, now foul footsteps pollution. No refuge could save, no hireling and slave, from the terror of light or the gloom of the grave. And the star-spangled banner in triumph does wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, thus be it ever, when freemen shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that has made and preserved us a nation. None conquer we must, for our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner forever shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. 3. Apollo the musician, midst of grace and Rome. It is said, not on a certain occasion, Pan had the temerity to compare his music with that of Apollo, to challenge the god of the lyre to a trial of skill. The challenge was accepted, and Tumulus, the mountain god, was chosen umpire Then Senior took his seat and cleared away the trees from his ears to listen. At a given signal, Pen blew on his pipes, and with his rustic melody gave great satisfaction to himself and his faithful follower Midas, who happened to be present. Then Tumulus, the mountain god, turned his head toward the sun god, and all his trees turned with him. Apollo rose, his brow raised with peninsula laurel, while his robe of terrene purple swept the ground. In his left hand he held the lyre, and with his right hand struck the strings. Tumulus at once awarded the victory to the lyric god, and all but Midas acquiesced in the judgment. He dissented and questioned the justice of the award. Apollo promptly transformed his depraved pair of ears into those of an ass. King Midas tried to hide his misfortune under ample turban, but his hairdresser found it too much for his discretion to keep such a secret. He dug a hole in the ground and, stooping down, whispered the story and covered it up. But a thick bed of reeds springing up in the meadow began whispering the story, and has continued to do so from that day to this, every time a breeze passes over the place. 4. The sun god and sunflower, myths of Greece and Rome. Clytie was a water nymph and in love with Apollo, who made her no return. So she pined away, sitting all day long upon the cold ground, with her unbound tresses streaming over her shoulders. 9 days she sat, and tasted neither food nor drink. Her own tears and chilly dew her only food. She gazed on the sun when he rose, and as he passed through his daily course to his setting. She saw no other object, her face turned constantly on him. At last, they say, her limbs rooted in the ground, her face became a flower which turns on stem, so as always to face the sun throughout its daily course. For it returns to that extent the feeling of the nymph from whom it sprang. 5. Injustice by Plato, 427 to 347 BC. But in reality, justice was such as we were describing, being concerned, however, not with the outward man, but with the inward, which is the true self and concernment of man. For the just man does not permit the several elements within him to interfere with one another, or any of them to do the work of others. He sets in order his own inner life, and is his own master and his own law, and at peace with himself. And when he has bound together the three principles within him, which may be compared to the higher, lower, and middle notes of the scale, and the intermediate intervals, when he has bound all these together, and is no longer many, but has become one entirely temperate and perfectly adjusted in nature, then he proceeds to act if he has to act, whether in the matter of property, or in the treatment of the body, or in some affair of politics or private business, always thinking and according that which preserves and cooperates with this harmonious condition, just and good action, and the knowledge which presides over it, wisdom, and that which at any time impairs this condition, he will call unjust action, and the opinion which presides over it, ignorance. 6. On self-discipline by Aristotle, 384 to 322 BC. Virtue, then, is of two kinds, intellectual and moral. Intellectual virtue springs from and grows from teaching, and therefore needs experience and time. Moral virtues come from habit. They are in us neither by nature nor in spite of nature, but we are furnished by nature with the capacity for receiving them. and we develop them through habit. These virtues we acquire by first exercising them. As in the case of other arts, whatever we learn to do, we learn by actually doing it. Men come to be builders, for instance, by building, and harp players by playing the harp. In the same way, by doing just acts, we come to be just. By doing self-controlled acts, we come to be self-controlled. And by doing brave acts, we become brave. How we act in our relations with other people makes us just or unjust. How we face dangerous situations, either accustoming ourselves to fear or confidence, makes us brave or cowardly. Occasions of lust and anger are similar. Some people become self-controlled and patient from their conduct in such situations, and others uncontrolled and passionate. In our world, then, activities produce similar dispositions. Therefore, we must give a certain character to our activities. In short, the habits we form from childhood make no small difference, but rather they make all the difference. Moral virtue is a mean that lies between two vices, one of excess and the other of deficiency. And it aims at hitting the mean both in feelings and actions. So it is said to be good, but surely it is hard in each instance to find the mean, just as it is difficult to find the center of a circle. It is easy to get angry or to spend money. Anyone can do that, but to act the right way toward the right person, in due proportion, at the right time, for the right reason, and in the right manner, this is not easy, and not everyone can do it. 7. On Friendship by Aristotle, 384 to 322 BC. As the motives to friendship differ in kind, so do the respective feelings and friendships. The species known of friendship are three, in number equal to the objects of it. Since in the nine of each, there may be mutual affection, mutually known. Now they who have friendship for one another desire one another's good, according to the motive of their friendship. Accordingly, they whose motive is utility have no friendship. They whose motive is utility have no friendship for one another really, but only in so far as some good arises to them from one another. And they whose motive is pleasure are in like case. I mean, they have friendship for men of easy pleasantry, not because they are of a given character, but because they are pleasant to themselves. Such friendships are, of course, very liable to dissolution if the parties do not continue alike. I mean, now the other cease to have any friendship for them when they are no longer pleasurable or useful. Now then is perfect friendship, which subsists between those who are good, and whose similarity consists in their goodness. For these men wish one that is good in similar ways, in so far as they are good, and good they are in themselves, and those specially friends who wish good to their friends for their sakes, because they feel thus toward them on their own account, and not as a mere matter of result. So the friendship between these men continues to subsist so long as they are good. And goodness, we know, has in it a principle of permanence, where it is probable friendships of this kind will be, because men of this kind are rare. Besides, all requisite qualifications being presupposed, there is further required time and intimacy, for, as the proverb says, men cannot know one another till they have eaten a requisite quantity of salt together, nor can they nor can they in fact admit one another to intimacy, much less be friends, till each has appealed to the other, and been proved to be a fit object of friendship. They who speedily commence an interchange of friendly actions may be said to wish to be friends, but they are not so unless they are also proper objects of friendship, and mutually known to be such. That is to say, a desire for friendship may arise quickly, but not friendship itself. 8. Of Study by Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626. Studies of delight for ornament and for ability. Their chief use for delight is in privateness and retiring, for ornament is in discourse, and for ability is in the judgment and disposition of business. For experiment can execute, and perhaps judge of particulars one by one, but the general counsels and the plots and marshalling of affairs come best from those natural learned. Reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. And therefore, if a man write little, he had need have a great memory. If he confer little, he had need have a pleasant wit. And if he read little, he had need have much cunning, to seem to know that he does not. Histories make men wise, poems witty, the mathematics subtle, logic and rhetoric able to subtle. Histories make men wise, poems witty, the mathematics subtle, natural philosophy deep, moral grave, logic and rhetoric able to contend, are beyond studia in morals. Nay, there is no stone nor impediment in the weight, but may be wrought out by fit studies, like as diseases of the body may have appropriate exercises. Bowling is good for the stone and reins, shooting for the lungs and breast, gentle walking for the stomach, riding for the head, and the like. 9. Spring by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. When daisies pied and violets bloom, and lady smocks all silver white, and cuckoo buds of yellow hue do paint the meadows with delight. The cuckoo then on every tree mocks married men, for that sings he, cuckoo, 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 oh what a dear, unpleasing to a married ear. When shepherds pipe on olden straws, and merry larks are plowmen's clocks, when turtles tread on rooks and daws, and maidens bleach their summer smocks, the cuckoo then on every tree mocks married men, for that sings he, cuckoo, 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 oh word of fear, unpleasing to a married ear. 10. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out brief candle, life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of silent theory, signifying nothing. 11. To Be or Not to Be by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. To be or not to be, that is the question, whether 'tis noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against our severe troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to see we end, A heartache and 1,000 natural shocks, not flashy, is that too. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life, for who'd bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the promised contumely, the pains of despised love, the lost delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make, with their bare barking, who would fathers spare to grunt and sweat on their weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those years we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native here of resolution is secret aura, where the pale castle of thought, with the pale castle of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment. With this regard, their currents turn arrive, and lose the name of action. 12. Virtue, by George Herbert, 1593 to 1633. Sweet day, so cool, so calm, so bright, the bridal of the earth and sky. The dew shall weep thy fall tonight, for thou must die. Sweet rose, whose hue, angry and brave, bids the rash gazer wipe his eye. Thy root is ever in its grave, and thou must die. Sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, a box where sweets compacted lie. My music shows thee have your a box where sweets compacted lie. My music shows ye have your clothes, and all must die. Only a sweet and virtuous soul, like seasoned timber, never gives. But though the whole world turn to coal, none cheaply lives. 13. On Good Will, by Emmanuel Kant, 1724 to 1804. Nothing can possibly be conceived in the world, or even out of it, which can be called good without qualification, except that good will, intelligence, wit, judgment, and the other talents of the mind, however they may be named, or courage, resolution, perseverance, as qualities of temperament, are undoubtedly good and desirable in many respects. But these gifts of nature may also become extremely bad and mischievous, if the will which is to make use of them, and which, therefore, constitute what is called character, is not good. It is the same with the gifts of fortune, power, riches, honor, even health, and the general well-being and contentment with one's condition, which is called happiness. Inspire pride and often presumption, if there is not a good will to correct the influence of this on the mind, and with this also to rectify the whole principle of acting, and adapt it to its end, the sight of a being who is not adorned with a single feature of appeal and goodwill, enjoying unbroken prosperity, can never give pleasure to an impartial, rational spectator. Thus a goodwill appears to constitute the indispensable condition even of being worthy of happiness. A good will is good, not because of what it performs or affects, not by its aptness for the attainment of some proposed end, but simply by virtue of the volition. That is, it is good in itself and considered by itself, is to be esteemed much higher than all that can be brought about by it in favor of any inclination, nay, even of the sum total of all inclinations. 14. A Red, Red Rose by Robert Burns, 1759 to 1796. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose, that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bunny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all seas can dry. Till all the seas can dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run, and feel thee will my only love, and feel thee will the while. And I will come again, my love, though it will 10,000 miles.